Welcome back, ball fans. It is Bama week.
That's right. Who hates Alabama?
I do. Yes.
I do.
Yes.
Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
The third Saturday in October, and the rivalry's got a little vigor to it again, Bob.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah, it's amazing what when you actually hold up your end of the bargain, just how nicer the rivalry is.
It sure is. We watched a clip of the kick from last year's game earlier tonight and got the chills again, Tim. It's nice.
Oh, it's sweet.
But
It's sweet.
let's repeat that.
That's right. It was great in 2022. Let's make it better in 2023. Going down Tuscaloosa and defanging that beast that's been down there.
Only way to make this thing better this year. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be dang near impossible to top last year's. Blowing them out this year.
At home.
At home.
Yeah,
That way,
that would be.
so many more people crying. I mean, the tears would
Well,
light the bowl up.
Yeah. Well, last year, those Bama tears, particularly over the bad officiating,
Yeah.
created a whole new river in the state of Alabama. And if we were to blow them out this year, I think it'd be a whole state be a flood zone.
Would be. All right, let's dive into what we think about this game, Tim. One thing, with Bama, traditionally, they beat you with good defense and they run the ball. They control the clock and get long drives and just run it down your throat usually.
Well, they got hyped that equation this year.
Yeah, good defense.
Yeah, excellent defense.
But they don't run the ball very well at all. Only averaging 3.8 yards per carry.
That's one of the worst members in the country.
It is. So very surprising. So that's a big key to this game, I feel like. Stopping the run and making them one-dimensional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which they pretty much have made themselves that way this season. But it'd be better if we can. We don't want them to get right against us. In fact, if we'd like to see that 3.8 number take a little nosedive.
Both teams are good against the rush. Tennessee at 3.1 and Bama at 3.
Yeah, excellent numbers from both schools.
I mean, they got a good defense.
Yeah. We're running the ball 5.9, and that's outstanding.
Yeah, 3.8 versus 5.9. That's impressive.
That was one of our three keys to the season was getting that average per rush up, and we definitely have.
I'm glad Heupel listened to us.
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't listen quite as much about that 5.9 and spend a little bit more time on the passing offense. But, Coach,
Yeah,
we
I
understand.
think we did mention that, didn't we?
Yeah.
All right, Tim. Let's see. What is another big key for you for this game?
Well, I mean, honestly, we've got to continue doing what we've been doing, getting after the passer, getting tackle for losses, keep their offense bottled up. I mean, we both know what does MILROE do good?
Throw it deep. I mean, he's not very great at throwing short. That's one thing that got me, Tim, when I was looking up stats for him. The guy's got 9 touchdowns, zero interceptions on passes 20 yards downfield in the air. He's got 4 interceptions and only 2 touchdowns with similar completion percentages on passes below 20 yards. Very unusual. The guy's very good at throwing the deep ball, but he's not that great under 20.
Yeah, that tells me a couple of things. I don't think that's sustainable,
Great.
for one, and that probably plays into their high sack numbers that they've been giving up, is because they have been so ineffective rushing the ball, ineffective in their short to middle range passes, not been moving the ball on the offense as far as first downs, long sustained drives. So they've been having to take a lot of the deep shots, and people are teeing off on them. They've given up like 4.4 sacks a game on that offensive line. That's got to be. I don't know if Bama's ever went after half season giving up those type of numbers
And giving up 7.1 tackles
for loss. Yeah.
loss a game. That's a really high number as well. I mean, we're at 3.8. So, I mean, that's surprising.
Yeah, and maybe they've had worse numbers, but I would kind of be surprised. This might be all-time bad numbers, and it's not like it's a talent issue. They probably got five stars on that offensive line, most
Probably,
likely.
yeah.
Um, and everybody's pointing to the freshman Proctor um, this week because he's really struggled, and we've got James Pierce probably going to be across from him, our emerging star.
Mm-hmm.
But he's only given up 7 sacks, I believe, this year. So that leaves 24 more sacks that other people's been giving up. So there's opportunities across that front.
I agree.
To get after MILROE.
Another key I think for this game, Tim, is making sure we get touchdowns instead of field goals. Neither team is very good at getting those touchdowns.
Yeah, our red zone percentage for both teams have been lacking.
Yeah, Bama does good scoring in the red zone, but too often it's field goals for them.
Well, they've got an outstanding kicker, so if it comes down to that, just like we took it last year, that kid, he missed it, and he's probably hasn't missed one since then, to be honest about it. I don't think he's missed one this year anyway. So, and Philadelphia can definitely win this game because points are going to be at a premium this year.
There was something you mentioned earlier before we shot the video that I thought was kind of interesting, what you said about MILROE and MILTON.
Well, a lot of people's pointing out the fact that it's quarterbacks and passing game, the key to this. And, we can look at all the different matchups and talk about a lot of things. But it gets down to one thing, really. If MILROE is ineffective throwing the deep shots and he doesn't get a cheap touchdown or two, we win this game. Okay? There's nothing that's went on this entire year that leads you to believe otherwise.
Right.
With Bama's offense. And then by the same token, regardless of what MILROE does, if Milton was to hit a couple of shots or just be very, not out of his mind, but just effective, we win this game.
Yeah. Yeah. We're due there. Particularly in this last game, we've had some drops, some obvious pass interference calls that was not called, especially in this last game. I think we had like 3 or 4 in that game where the guys were pulling their arm down as they was trying to catch it.
I wouldn't expect that to change this week.
Probably not. But if we can somehow connect on some of these deep throws, we're kind of due. So,
well, similar to what we said a minute ago, but is what MILROE has been doing sustainable. Vice versa is, or we do a good game from Milton or a few deep shots, an easy touchdown.
Bama's got a loss coming to it because they've got a game where MILROE will not do good throwing it deep.
Yeah, well, you just missing your guys by 2 yards. It happens.
I mean, even to the greatest.
Exactly.
I mean, they have off games throwing the ball deep. Just it's harder pass to complete. It's coming. Let's hope it's this Saturday.
We do. Bob, real quickly, what's the best advice an Alabama father ever gave his son?
I don't know, Dan, what is
well, it was a dating advice, and it's easier to go across the hall than it is across town.
That sounds like some Bambos right there. That's some Bambos. You got any more? More?
Well, everybody knows the one about brother and sister. Damn it, messed that one up. So we'll skip that one, Bob. I think everybody knows that one anyway.
Yeah.
I guess the biggest thing is, and I'll give it as we leave out.
Okay.
But getting back to the matchups real quickly, individuals. Is there any individuals you really want to talk about real quickly that everybody talked about Pierce, obviously,
right,
and Proctor. Everybody's talked about the quarterbacks. Is there one that you have, top of your head, that you want to, that you'll be watching this Saturday?
Sure, I don't know, Tim. Obviously you always got Milton. Wright's going to be a big player in this game, obviously. He's going to need to have a good game. We need a wide receiver to step up.
We do.
I mean, I don't know if that's Coral White, if that's Keaton, Chaz Nimrod, Caleb Webb, Thornton, or, one of the tight ends. But somebody needs to step up. We need some guys to consistently make catches. And, I'll tell you another person I think is really important, the key to this game. And it's more like about whether or not they play or not. Mincy.
Mincy, yes, I'd agree with that.
If he plays, I feel much better about this game. You know, we struggled against Florida. The one time we struggled this year really poorly. We didn't have Cooper Mays. We didn't have Mincy available.
It showed.
It showed. We get Mincy out there at right tackle, I'll feel a lot better about this game. If he don't play, I feel a lot worse about it.
True. Real quickly, let me toss one player out that you did mention. What I would love to see, whether or not he's actual key, I would love to see Squirrel White go off on a couple of deep shots because Alabama might actually try to take away a rush game. And if it leaves them open again to that slot man, getting a couple easy scores on them like I did last year,
Yeah.
their fan base would absolutely lose their mind that the slot guy would still beat their safeties deep. I mean, they would tear out whatever they have left. I love it. So, but on that, Bob, do you have anything to add?
I think that's about it, Tim.
All right. Well, the other advice our oldest brother gave me a long time ago was simply one thing. It says, flush twice. It's a long way to Tuscaloosa. So go Big Orange.
Go Vols, beat Bama.
Buck family.